Pause. Let me tell you something that may be one of the most important things you'll ever hear. A person begins to grow the moment they realize they fear silence more than anything else. Why? Because silence doesn't strip away who you are, it strips away who you are not. By the end of this video, I will share 20 truths with you. 20 truths that will help you understand what silence really is, where noise truly comes from, and why God never speaks. But first, ask yourself this. When was the last time you were truly silent? Your phone turned off, your mind calm, no need to prove anything to anyone, just silence. If you can't answer that question, this video is for you. And if you can, this video will take you even deeper. Are you ready? Part 1. The source of noise. One night at 3 in the morning, all masks fall away. That night I woke up. It was neither night nor morning, just that thin line between dreaming and waking. The city was asleep. But my mind? My mind was a concert hall that had never gone quiet. Thousands of shoulds, musts, and what ifs. And then, without warning, it stopped. Not the world, me. And in that moment, I took my first real breath. It wasn't dying, it was the first taste of living. First truth, noise was never outside. It was always inside you, and you gave it your name. Tell me, have you ever wanted to escape the sound of your own thoughts? Those voices that refuse to stop when your head hits the pillow. What will I do tomorrow? Why didn't they love me? What if I fail? Those voices are not you. They are echoes of the world. You've simply mistaken the echo for your own voice. Today, try this. For 5 minutes, listen to nothing. No music, no videos, no conversation. Just sit and listen to your mind. Don't be afraid, because that noise is only silence trying to be remembered. That night, I walked to the window. The city was quiet, but inside me there was still a crowd. And then, I stepped out of that crowd. I met someone I didn't recognize, afraid, tired, scattered, but alive. I had played so many roles for so long that my real voice had been drowned out. Second truth, mental silence is the most radical revolution, because there is no applause there, only you, hearing your own echo for the first time. For a moment I wondered, what if I had been fighting all my battles on the wrong battlefield? What if the enemy wasn't outside, but inside? And like the soft beat of a bird's wings, a realization arose. All that noise were walls I had built, and silence was who I really was behind them. That night, without doing anything, everything changed. Where does your noise come from? From outside or from within? Write one word in the comments. I'm listening. Because sometimes one word is the beginning of silence. Part 2. The misunderstanding of silence. When you become quiet, the world sounds an alarm. Is something wrong? Are you upset? You seem off today. In our culture, a person who doesn't speak must be hiding something. But no one asks, what if they're hiding nothing and are simply silent? The quieter I became, the louder everyone else grew, as if my silence were a threat. One day a friend said, "You've been strange lately. You weren't like this before." They were right. Before, I felt obligated to explain everything. Now, I simply smile, because sometimes no explanation is the strongest explanation. Third truth. People misunderstand silence because they are afraid to hear their own inner noise. Think about it. When someone says, "You're quiet," do you feel the urge to defend yourself? I'm not upset. I'm just tired. As if silence were a crime. As if we cannot exist without words. When was the last time you were silent without a reason? No explanation. No justification. Just silence. One day at work, someone asked, "You're not talking. Are you okay?" No, I said. I'm better than okay. I'm at peace. They didn't understand. Because in our world, noise equals life, and silence equals collapse. But the truth is this: silence is not a fall, it is a return, like night before morning. Without silence, there is no awareness. Fourth truth: silence looks like death, but it is rebirth. Someone once told me, if you stay this quiet, people will drift away. I smiled. Maybe they need to, I said. Real bonds can carry silence. False ones dissolve in it. And that's when I saw it. When you become quiet, you discover who stays. That's where real intimacy begins. And maybe that's why silence is the most radical act in the modern world. Because when one person stops speaking, the system breaks. Advertisements fail. Arguments collapse. Egos lose their battlefield. Silence is frightening, because a silent person cannot be controlled. Why do you think silence makes people uncomfortable? Write your answer below. It might wake someone up. Fifth truth: silence doesn't erase you, it frees you from everything that was never truly you. Part 3. Meeting absence. One day, when you go quiet, you realize something unsettling. The world keeps turning without you. And that's the moment. You either panic or you become free. I panicked. At first, silence felt like disappearance. As if I had stepped off the stage, the lights went out, the audience left, and I was alone backstage with my own echo. I was afraid. What if I'm truly disappearing? But then something miraculous happened. Absence didn't consume me, it gave birth to me. Sixth truth: silence doesn't destroy you. It strips away your false existences. The early days were hard. The mind returns like a beast. Thoughts, regrets, voices rushing in. The mind hates emptiness. But the soul breathes there. I felt exposed, defenseless. No distractions, no armor. Every false identity peeled away. Have you ever been afraid to be alone with yourself? In a quiet room? At night? Reaching for your phone just to escape yourself? That's where you meet your own absence. And believe me, that meeting is terrifying and sacred. One night I stepped outside and looked at the sky. In the silence, I could almost hear the stars. And suddenly I understood. I had never been alone. I had simply never listened. Seventh truth: silence is not loneliness. It is the echo of existence. A student once told me, when I get very quiet, it feels like I'm empty. You're not empty, I said. You're filling up. You just mistake fullness for nothingness. Because what we call nothing is actually the breath of God. It moves through you, and you think it isn't yours. Eighth truth: in silence, the me dissolves and being remains. When you make peace with absence, you lose nothing. You shed weight, names, roles, expectations. And what remains is not you as you knew yourself, but something wider, deeper, quieter. That night I slept peacefully for the first time, because I was no longer performing, not even for myself. Part 4. The layers of silence. Most people think silence means not speaking, but silence is deeper than words. It's an ocean. At the surface, it still sounds loud, but the deeper you go, the more existence itself changes. At first, I found outer silence. No phone, no TV, fewer conversations. But inside, 1,000 radios still played. That's when I realized true silence doesn't begin outside. It begins within. Ninth truth: outer silence is easy. Inner silence requires courage. One morning, instead of trying to silence my mind, I listened to it. The judging voice, the fearful voice, the critical voice. It was all me. And the more I tried to shut it up, the louder it screamed. So I did something different. I invited it closer. And for the first time, it softened. Maybe your mind doesn't want to be silenced. Maybe it just wants to be heard. Then came the second layer, mental quiet. Thoughts slowed, like a sea after a storm. And there in the sand, I saw broken glass, old regrets, shame, buried desires. Silence didn't hide them, it revealed them. 10th truth. Silence does not conceal, it reveals. One day, even thought disappeared, and something strange happened. The sense of I vanished. No thinker, no thought, just being. And in that moment, I understood something deeply. God never spoke. God was always silent. We simply couldn't hear because we were too loud. 11th truth. Silence has 3 layers. Outer silence slows you down. Mental silence cleanses you. Existential silence brings you home. Silence is not emptiness. It is the womb of everything. Dark, creative, alive. 12th truth. Silence is God's language. From that day on, silence became my prayer. I no longer ask, I listen. Because sometimes answers don't come in words, but in their absence. Part 5. God's silence. When you become quiet, you realize nothing in the universe is truly silent. Everything speaks, not in words, but in being. God never stopped speaking. We were simply too noisy. That night, looking at the stars, I heard no sound, yet every cell recognized the melody. As if the universe whispered, I was always here, you just learned how to listen. 13th truth. God's voice lives in the spaces between words. I used to pray with sentences, requests, expectations. Then I noticed the more I spoke, the less I heard. And when I became quiet, answers arrived. Not as words, as events, as timing, as gentle alignments. Have you ever felt a coincidence as if it were a prayer answered? Leave a signero in the comments if you have. 14th truth. Silence is God's interpreter. Someone once asked me, does God speak to you? Yes, I said, but never with words. How do you understand? When there is silence inside me, everything speaks. We search for God outside, in temples, books, skies, but the true temple is where your heart beats in silence. Prayers are not spoken, they are lived. 15th truth. God is silent because truth transcends language. I no longer pray, I sit, and with every breath a quiet echo appears. I am here. I don't answer, because it knows I am too. 16th truth. In silence you don't pray, you become prayer. Part 6. Returning home, the last word of silence. One day I realized something. Silence didn't take me to God. God brought me to silence. And there was no heaven, but yes, it was home. Silence is not a journey. It's not a destination. It was always here. We were just late. 17th truth. Silence is not a goal. It is remembrance. To return home, you don't walk. You stop. I no longer search for answers outside. They come from one place, inside, that quiet place. Write in the comments, I'm listening, because listening is the beginning of returning. One day I looked in the mirror and saw not a tired face, but a familiar gaze. I had come back to myself. 18th truth. The path walked in silence is a circle returning to you. People still ask, where did you disappear to? My answer is simple. Nowhere. Because there is nowhere to go. Only here, only now. 19th truth. Homecoming is not arriving somewhere new, it's arriving in now. I no longer fight silence. I live with it. And in that quiet, one sentence arose. I no longer need to speak. 20th truth. The wisdom of silence lives in the unsaid. Every morning now, I open the curtains, pour my coffee, and whisper, "Welcome, I'm here." And in that silence, I stop searching, because I've found it. Not God, not peace, just being. 21st truth. Coming home is not finding God. It's realizing God already found you. Final. Welcome home. Throughout this video, I spoke to you. But really, I didn't. I simply translated the language of silence. And if something stirred inside you, know this. It wasn't the power of these words. It was the awakening of your own silence. You already knew. You just remembered. Welcome home. Welcome back to yourself. Close your eyes, take a breath, and whisper, I am here. Yes, that's it. Simple, deep, real. If this video moves something in you, like it, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, what was your moment of silence? What did you feel?